Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sewing Street with me, Vicki Carroll. Lovely to have your company. How is everybody? Please do message in. Let us know how you are, what you're up to. Kat's now got all of her fabric ready to do. Well, actually, you're well on the way with your EPP, aren't you? A lot of people I know getting involved and doing a little bit of slow stitching maybe whilst you're at home. We're here to keep you company for the next 2 hours. I'm all on my own. Well, I'm not all on my own. Sorry to you guys, because I'm with Kat, Joe and Hannah. They're all there. They're like, oh, thanks, all on my own. But I mean, it's just me, so I haven't got a guest with me. So do get in touch with us. Of course, really important that we all stay connected and of course offer support. Do send in your messages on Facebook. To Sewing Street TV on Facebook, Sewing Street TV. Of course, there is the fan page as well, which is a lovely community where you can share tips, show your projects, ask for help, of course, as well. And that's Sewing Street Fans Facebook if you want to get involved in that community. If you've already spotted, I know eagle eyes who are looking on our website in the morning before we go live will have noticed that everything from today's show over the 2 hour special is now already listed on the website. So do start checking out. And the reason that I do want to just quickly mention that first is we've got a few brand new items that I know are going to be very, very popular. And the problem, I say problem, what we've had over the last few days, not really a problem, but we've had, before we've even got to it on air, limited stock issues from everybody checking out before it's been to air, which is fine. Go for it. If you see something you like, you don't need to wait for me to show it. This is going to be coming up. We're not going to wait too long, as I've got a feeling this will sell out today. It is gorgeous. It's brand new today. Design roll featuring all of these great classic creams, whites, ivories, lovely ditzy prints, 2.5 inch strips in a design roll. Isn't that just so satisfying? Going to a brilliant price at 1:15. So stay tuned for that. If you do want to make the most of it before 1:15, then it's there on the website, www.sewingstreet.com, or equally, of course, you can call the customer service team and they can help you out starting your account, adding to your order. It's free to open an account with us, and it just means that when you see something you like the design roll or the jelly roll or whatever you want to call it, or the books, the panels, the fabrics, if you see something you like, you don't need to faff around with doing all of the create an account sort of things. It's all just there ready to go. So that's how you can watch us as well online. A couple of other ways of watching us: on Freeview, channel 74. You can watch us on Sky 670. You can also catch up on YouTube any of the previous shows over the last 3 weeks that we've been live. Over 3 weeks now. What day are we today? Friday. Also, we're like sort of 3.5 weeks old at the moment, aren't we? YouTube has got all of our videos. Everything will be on there. So we will keep you company throughout the day. If you do want to watch back any of those demos, watch back maybe Victoria Carrington's binding demo or Wendy Orlando's binding demo, how to do lovely rainbow binding. Maybe you've got some UFOs. I've seen on the Facebook fan page, actually, that a lot of people are messaging in saying, I've finished my binding, I've quilted this quilt today. So yeah, use this as a great time to sort of get those final techniques. Maybe you've been putting something off, or putting something away, get it back out and finish it off, which is a great idea. What else do I need to tell you about today's show? So this first hour, we've done a bit of a switch around. So yesterday I did say we're going to start with tools. We're actually going to start with fabric, and then we're going to move on to tools in the 10 o'clock hour. I must say hello, by the way, to my grandparents who are up in North Wales, who are, looking after each other, but lots of love. I spoke to them last night, and I think they're doing each other's head in already. So they said, we put you on in the morning so we don't argue over that. We don't argue over that on the telly. So hello, Gran and Grandad, if you're watching. Okay, right, where should we go first? Oh, yes. Let's start with the coping panels, because when we had these... Oh, by the way, I must say as well, white and ivory back in stock. White and ivory in stock. They only launched literally a couple of days ago and been very, very popular. Let's go for the design roll first. These are exclusively printed for us, which is brilliant, isn't it? Because one, the quality is going to be there, but also the value for money is amazing. Whether you call them design rolls, jelly rolls, depending on the manufacturer, or strips like this, 2.5 inch strips, whichever way you look at it, It's amazing value for money. Quilters, soft furnishing, patchwork, EPP. The colours on this are absolutely beautiful. Those mauve, beautiful plum fabrics with great different prints. I mean, you've got ditzy prints, lovely florals, £19.99. Lovely little ditzy flowers on there as well. The great thing is that you've got so much fabric here. Remember, quilting fabric is normally 112 wide. This is 140 centimetres wide. So it's extra wide, actually wider pieces, wider strips than you would see on a normal jelly roll or design roll. And everything has been taken into consideration. Everything has been thought out. So the scale of print, the tone of colour. If you are somebody like me that struggles to put together different fabrics and thinking, right, do they work? Is that going to add texture or different scales of print? Perfect for this. Now, first thing I think is to obviously cut these into 2.5-inch strips like you would get a design roll. But actually, there's so much that you can do with it. And I know that Debbie Shaw gave us a bit of inspiration, different colourway, but gives you the idea. You could, oh, look at this. See how she's pin tucked between each of the strips? That's a really good idea, actually. So she hasn't actually cut these into 2.5 strips. She's used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of the 2.5-inch strips. And can you see? So you're going to have loads left over if you're making cushions like this. Do you know when I was saying yesterday about I was just doing that so you could see the pin tuck. So it's just like, you know what I was saying yesterday about adding tassels or ribbon? That's such a good idea, isn't it? Just giving different ways of using these panels. The 2.5-inch strips are brilliant, brilliant, brilliant for binding, if you want to do sort of a scrappy binding. Or how about if you were to cut this way? By the way, if you are multi-buying, as I can see already people are, it will come already cut for you. It will come like this. So whether you choose to cut down the white line, it's giving you a bit of wiggle room there as well, which is good. So if you're cutting with your scissors or your rotary cutter, less room for error. But it's so, I really like this colour. It's lovely for soft furnishing. I am imagining cushions similarly to what Debbie's done, or if you want to use it for borders, if you want to use it across the back of cushions, it will look lovely. Or creative grids, if you've got the stripology, you can subcut this into squares, of course. Beautiful colours, really lovely colours. Just £19.99 of your cope and plum fabric strips, 140 by 110 centimetres. Just £19.99. Oh, right, so can I just say, so we're here, there's 4 of us here. It is, of course, this is our choice to come in and make sure we go straight home and saying, right, we're just going to try and stay on air as long as we possibly can with you. Love keeping you company. So we do want to, of course, try and carry on as normal as we can. But obviously, all of our team are actually working from home at the minute. So as much as we've said, please, Hayley, can you come in and bring your dog? Because she's got the most gorgeous... What's the dog's called? Marge, in fact, Hannah's just passing me a phone because Marketing Hayley, hello Marketing Hayley, that you might see on the Facebook page. She's just sent Hannah this video. I want to show you. This is what I love. We're all, here we go, let's press play. There's Marge, working from home, and there's me on telly. Oh, I love it. Hello Hayley, hello Marge. Oh, thank you for keeping us company. Thank you. Oh, that was cute. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, so Hayley's working from home. Lots of love. Stay safe, stay safe. But she'll be keeping you still in the loop. She's still working from home with the newsletters and keeping you up to date with everything that's going on, answering all your Facebook questions as well. If we can't, then Hayley's the one that will be getting back in touch with you. So, yeah. Lovely. Thank you, Hayley. That's really nice. So that's your design roll. We've also got the Charm Pack style one. So this is basically 5-inch squares. If I open this out again like this, it's wide. Look at how much fabric you're getting. 40 5-inch squares. Right, now, I'm thinking for Kat's project, EPP. The thing is, Kat, if you're buying fat quarters, don't get me wrong, you can repeat the colours, but how much, you've got so many different prints on this, haven't you? This is perfect for EPP. Kat's working with 1.5-inch hexes, so you'd be able to get 2 hexes from each square with a bit left over, wouldn't you? Just £12.99. That is so pretty. Whether you're mixing and matching, I'm thinking actually, right, this is another way, with your pin tucks. So obviously a different colourway, gives you a bit of an idea. You could simply cut out your 2.5-inch squares and stitch them together using your 1/4 inch and do a patchwork quilt or cushion. Or, you know, you could do so many different blocks with half-square triangles, teaming it with the white fabric, which we're going to be bringing you very soon, very, very soon. The white, though, it will still make this go a lot further if you use your white to back your cushions or to use for linings of bags. There's a lot that you're going to be able to do with this panel without actually diving too much into it by, you know, using it for the back work, for the back of a cushion or for the inside of a bag. If you're not really a quilter or a patchwork expert, there's still so many options. There's still lots that you're going to be able to do with this. If you're not a patchworker, do you know what you could do? You could still quilt this. You could still cut this as you wish and just do some quilt. You could just quilt it without having to do the patchwork part of it, which is good, isn't it? Loads that you can do. Great detail. Look at that. I mean, the quality of the printing is superb, and it is exclusive to Sewing Street. It is exclusive to us. Great price at £12.99 as well. Really great price. Don't forget, by the way, I just want to do, a stock warning on, we haven't even shown it yet, but please, please, please remember, lots of people are actually already looking at this. We're going to open it up for the first time at 1/4 It's gorgeous, isn't it? Cream on cream. I love the little ditzy prints. I just want to warn you that there's already people checking out. There's already people checking out on the web. Okay. Don't worry, you haven't missed it. We haven't done it yet. We're going to do it after these. Let's go for... what have I done with that stand? Sorry, 1 second. Bear with, just while I ruin the set. Let's go for the fat quarters. So I've got 2 different designs in fat quarters. I've got OPUU63. Thank you. Okay, it's just so big, isn't it? Look at this. Oh, 4 fat quarters. Those of you that have got maybe any of the fat quarter books that we've seen, the Sewing in 30 Minutes book, there's lots of projects that you're going to be able to do using this. The fat quarter books that we've had from, I can't think of Susie Johns does a lot of the fat quarter books. There's some that we've had on the show actually over the last couple of weeks that would be ideal for this. It's really beautiful. The 2 at the bottom, that lovely plum mauve purple. Maybe got some solids the other day. If you did see the fabric show, this fabric stash builder show, oh, actually, there is still some available on the website. Now, I do say that, the reason I say some is because I'm being quite cautious. I know a lot did sell out during that show and during the repeats. So have a look, have a scan through. If you missed the show, flick through the web shop and have a look. Because at the moment we're sharing Jewellery Maker's website, we haven't got pages of all of the different fabrics, so it's all just underneath us, but eventually it will become part of our sort of regular stock, everyday stock. So, for example, what we're showing right now, it's currently on page 2 of the website. So if you scan across page 2 of the website, you'll be able to find this. £14.99. Equally, speak to the customer service team. They're very, very helpful. They're based here in the Midlands, literally just a mile down the road from us. You were allowed in the customer service team. You weren't answering any calls, were you? Hannah wasn't answering the calls. She said, I stood next to the door for ages and a man buzzed me in, so I went in. Oh, amazing. And I went yesterday to the warehouse and they are, again, business as usual. They are all of course, working really, really hard to make sure that we're getting all of the orders out as quick as possible to you. So thank you to them for working so hard as well. £14.99, exclusive to Sewing Street. The other colour option that we have, with Fat Quarters, before we do the design roll, the brand new design roll, is this one. This is, oh, you know, the other one. I was going to read the code out to you then, Han. 100% cotton. Right, let me fan this out so you can see all of the colours. Again, it looks almost like a spot on from there, doesn't it? It's not. It's a little ditzy print, little flowers. Can you see? Count the flowers. Count the flowers, Joe. 1, 2, 3. They are 4 different prints and they are Fat Quarters. So for anybody that is new to us, as I know, we are getting so many new viewers all the time. It's brilliant to have your company. We will keep you company as long as we can. Please do remember, a fat quarter is half of a half metre. Half of a half metre is fat quarter. So, I mean, it's a lot of fabric, isn't it? You can make a lot with a fat quarter. As I said, there's fat quarter books galore on the web shop. £14.99. So many options. So many options. It will already come cut like this if you're multi-buying. So normally our fabrics like the white and the ivory that we're going to be showing you will come by the half metre. Panels, if you see a panel on the graphics, it will come like this. It will be cut already like that. Okay, it's time. It's time. Right, so for anybody that hasn't yet seen this on the web, go for it. It's brand new today. I will unwrap it all because it's just gorgeous. First time that we've had it, and it will be the first time that we unwrap it to see all the different designs. Right, it's a bit of a nightmare to show on telly. Sorry, Joe, our director Joe, because it's cream on cream or it's white on white. So some of those ditzy prints, I'm hoping you'll be able to see nice and clearly on camera. This is great to mix in with your William Morris, with your Liberty, even if you just have one other colour. Maybe you're doing like a monochrome type quilt. This will be perfect for that. 2.5-inch strips, all precisely cut. Should we do it? Let me open this up. Oh, it's so beautifully wrapped. Can we just soak up the fact that this is all so lovely, because I'll never be able to get it back into this dime roll. But, ooh! You've got it today. Graphics Alive for £24.99. I love these. Now, search the code and you'll probably find it quicker, because I think the more and more products that we get, that it might get a bit lost on underneath us on the web. It's IDYV72. I'll show you how to do that in a second. I will show you how to do that in a second. But look at all of these beautiful fabrics. Just subtle ditzy prints. So for patchwork, this is gorgeous. You get 44 strips. Really subtle, but all extremely, extremely useful. Oh, I love that one. So that cream with the white detail over the top, it's so pretty. Even if you do really delicate log cabin with your lighter shades, how gorgeous is this? It's going to go with everything in your stash. Or similarly, if you want to use it with your really bright colours, your rainbow colours, and instead of using a white or an ivory, just to have the little patterns, just to be able to have the little ditzy prints, is lovely. Ivory sold out the other day. We've managed to get some more stock of it, but it did sell out. Ivory, I know, is so popular. So to just make it slightly softer with a little ditzy print is gorgeous. Right, let me show you. Oh, that one's nice, isn't it? For anybody that wants it, just so you know, we're now down to the final 20 of these. That is how long your strips are. 112 wide, and every single one of them has got those lovely ditzy prints. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you on my Huawei. Oh gosh, I'm really not good on these Huaweis. We're down to 16, by the way. We are down to 16. Let me show you. So on the web shop, it should load in a second. There we go. So if you're on the Gyro Maker website, click, which is our, well, Sewing Street. You can go to sewingstreet.com and it will just redirect you to this. Type in the product code, shout it out to me. ID Y. There it is already, it's come up. Oh. Hang on. Are we on the internet? Are we on to internet? I think I'm there. Hang on. It will work because Hannah's saying, I've done it. Reload. Oh, sorry. My computer says no. But Hannah says, just so you know, we're down to 9. We are down to 9. Everybody else other than me has worked out how it works. Type in the item code into the search bar at the top. I told you I'm not very technical on computer. It was Neil's iPod. No, Huawei. Too complicated for me. Oh, these are so pretty, aren't they? So pretty. Subtle designs. 5 of these, in fact, less than 5 of these remaining. Check out as soon as you can because this will sell out. If you're watching on a replay, it's definitely worth speaking to the team and finding out availability. You never know. If there is, then the customer service team can help you with that order or you'll find it underneath. If it disappears from under the website, it's because it's sold out. £24.99. I think we're literally waiting on confirmation on the final couple. What we're going to do, I'm going to leave you with a few of those and we'll check by the end of the show, by the end of this hour, whether they've all gone. But I'm just going to put this back perfectly into the wheel in the right order. Yes. Oh, it's so satisfying. I love it. Oh, gosh. I don't know how they do it. I'd love to see how they do this lovely roll. There we go. That's good, isn't it? Better than that, Joe's just said. Better than that. Okay. So let's do our half meters. We've got white and ivory's back. White. So as I say, this is going to be something that, of course, we're going to always have on our website. When we've got our brand new website, our all singing, all dancing website, which is being built at the moment, we will have this as a constant. This will always be there. But at the moment, make the most of it whilst we've got it, because it is a staple part of your stash. We will reorder it, but we're now limited. We launched it for the first time, not yesterday, but the day before, Wednesday. We're down to about 10 meters of white. And I know a lot of people will want multiple units, so be aware. If you are after more than one unit, £3.49.5 metre. Wow. It is 100% cotton, machine washable. It's so beautifully soft. I know it doesn't look very interesting on screen. It looks like a white screen. But it's an essential, absolute necessity of your stash. And it means that you're not going to be using up too much of your designer fabric when you're backing cushions or using it as a background. Oh, Kat, would you pass me the cushion that Wendy made? Because all of the boutiques have now sold out. If you manage to get them, Wendy did a beautiful cushion for us. But just using it as a background next to bright colours, maybe with some of your Tilda charm packs, this would look beautiful. And just having it, you know, the back of the cushion, it's so lovely and crisp and really makes the colours pop having it against the white. And let's face it, it's so affordable, it means that it will go that extra mile. £3.49. Dressmakers, bag makers, quilters, patchworkers, go for it. Just so you know, the design roll that we've just shown, the tonal one, it's called the Kingfisher Classic Tone on Tone Spiral. There's one left. By the time I say the whole title, it'll have sold out. The Kingfisher Spiral, Tone on Tone. I heard Hayley saying it to you in a message earlier on, and it just sounded hilarious because it's just so long. Anyway, your white, there's less than 10 metres of that, so less than 10 units, I should say, actually. £3.49, lovely quality cotton. It drapes beautifully. It'll be great for dressmakers as well, for just £3.49. I want to show you because it's going to look identical if I just go to that now, but I'll show you next to the white. Slightly softer Can you see what I mean? The ivory sold out on Wednesday. We managed already to get some more in. As I said, we're always going to have these on reorder, but we're constantly trying to get more products in at the moment, so it might be on a bit of a, you know, a bit further behind. This would look really nice with the Kingfisher spiral, tone on tone design roll. Spiral. This would look lovely as well with the tea towel range, Tilda's tea towel range. Oh, Joe, pipe down. He's saying, I understand why you're not calling it spiral, Vic. It's because it's not really a spiral now, is it? I've ruined it. 349.5 metre, 100% cotton, half a metre. I think this would look so pretty again with the rainbow bundles that we've had. Oh, you've spotted the rainbow panel as well. Do check out on that, but that would look really, really bold against some of those colours. So if you are thinking of doing a similar sort of design to what Wendy has done, but you don't want that stark white, perfect. This is great for that. We'll do that next. We'll do it next. Don't worry. We'll do the panel next for anybody that's missed it. So just to reiterate, this is ivory for £3.49. It's now becoming staple part of our range, so don't worry. We're not going to swap it to a slightly different ivory when you get halfway through a project. This will be the one that you get. The spiral sold out. Well done if you got it. If you're watching on replay, call and ask. You never know. You never know availability. The ivory and the white, again, I would take advantage of as much as you sort of need. Go for it. Let's do the big panel then. I'm just going to slightly move these books so I don't go crazy and wreck the set again. This looks lovely, Joe. You little... Oh, is it Kat? Kat literally just stood up to attention. Oh, excuse me. Thank you, Kat. I did this work. What are you doing? Can you hear them in there? Putting the fan on. Right, let's go. Oh, my word. This is beautiful. The colours are so vivid. The printing is such great quality. And once again, the rainbow panel at a very, very, very special price. Can I just say, speaking of special prices today, you're going to get some brilliant prices. We're all mucking in, obviously, trying to do everything that we can to stay on air for as long as possible. Most of the team are now working from home. So Kat yesterday was actually helping, getting involved, doing the pricing of our tool show, which is coming up in the next hour. So speaking of prices, stay tuned. Prices like this, you're going to get some brilliant deals all day today. $14.99. Bearing in mind, most of the panels, even for us, the exclusive to Sewing Street ones have been $19.99. This one is so versatile because, yes, you're seeing a really gorgeous rainbow of colour here. I'm going to hold it this way so then Kat can show you the colours slightly easier, the different colours. If you're subcutting this, if you're using it in Bargello or around the world style cushions, oh, I think actually in a second I can show you the around the world style cushion that we've made using this panel indeed. But like Debbie had shown us the other day, you could actually pin tuck. You can pin tuck between each of these strips. Look at those lovely different shades of blue. Oh, nautical designs I'm feeling. That would look lovely. So you can pin tuck. This is obviously using a different panel, but same strips and same design. Width as well. So that's just using 9 strips, not obviously the whole width because our width is 140 wide, but just pin tucking between to create a lovely bolster cushion like this. Another different way of using it. Rainbow binding would look brilliant. I thought you were going to throw it to me then. To me. Hey, thank you. This is using this panel, doing around the world block. Whether you do it for a quilt block or whether you do it for a cushion, using the stripes on the back, nice detail. But that's not using your whole design roll, obviously. They're 2.5-inch squares. So you are barely even sort of diving into this, there's so much that you're going to be able to make. Subcutting it into squares, using it for your EPP, using it as a rainbow design, or just picking out some of these colours to go with designer fabrics that you've already got in your stash. So, for example, you've got the Tilda Lazy Days charm pack. You're teaming it up with maybe some of your blues, or you want to pick out some of the oranges that are in the oh, see, that looks nice with the blue, doesn't it? But also, equally, let's move it across by the oranges. You could pick out some of the oranges. Different look completely. It does completely change the fabric. So, we'll bring those Tilda charm packs soon. But just to reiterate, this price point is a special price point. A lot of fabric for your money, exclusive to us. I know loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of you have already made the most of this, so did want to bring it back today for anyone who may have missed it. We've got new people in, joining us every single day. Thank you for your company. It's lovely to be with you. And for those of you that are just tuning in, maybe for the first time, oh, you are going to love the journey you're embarking on. We have demonstrations every single day, whether it be quilting, dressmaking, cross stitch yesterday we had, hand stitching, bag making, toy making, embroidery, different types of embroidery like sashko. The learning is just endless. It's been an amazing journey that we've been on over the last 3 weeks. We are brand new. Oh, I loved the cross-stitch show yesterday. There's still a few of the chickens. There's still a few of the hens on the website, the cross-stitch chickens that we had with Jane Greenoff. It was a brilliant show if you can watch it back. In fact, actually, we'll repeat it at 11 o'clock today. We will, Joe. We will, Joe. He was like, oh, will we? I've said it on telly now, so you have to kind of do it. It's true. $14.99. Thank you, Joe. So, the price on this, it's designed and printed exclusively for us. I like the fact that you haven't just got solid colours. The reason I say that is having that just little dot in the background. It's just giving you a little bit of interest to the eye, isn't it? You could do a really nice African sunset quilt, couldn't you? $14.99. $14.99, and it's extra wide. So normally when I say extra wide, quilting fabric is normally 112 wide, whereas this is 140 wide. So you've got that extra width, you've got extra length on your 2.5 centimetre strips. Just to reiterate, those of you that are buying panels for the first time, different to the white and the ivory. The white and the ivory you buy by the ½ metre. This is a panel that's going to be cut to 140 by 100, just like this, and it will be sent to you like this. So if you're buying 2 of them, 2 in your 2 tea basket, then they will come separately. They won't come joined up. I can sing a rainbow. Hannah wants a cape like Joseph made out of this. Like a Technicolor Dreamcoat, don't you? Hannah's got a bit of a thing about capes. She thinks she's a superhero, you see. I am, she said. Okay. That one is now getting limited. I'm so pleased that we did order enough of these, because every single day, every time that we show it, a lot of people add it to their order. Okay. My display isn't anywhere near as good as yours, Kat. I'm so sorry. There you go. Right. Try and say that again, Hannah. I know which one it was, but I wanted Hannah to say it again because she said it really funny. I think she said the word clock in the middle of that. Yeah, it is a bit difficult. Make pre-cut quilts. Make pre-cut quilts. So, 10 projects, but I think one thing that I've learned actually more than ever, been working it, of course, those of you that are following us on from Sewing Quarter potentially, or those of you that didn't even know Sewing Quarter existed, we were, well, all of us were part of a community called Sewing Quarter. That was a channel that finished actually in December, which was very, very sad. But now, of course, we're so happy that we've got Sewing Street and we're able to bring sewing back to your telly. But it's only actually over the last few weeks that I've realised how versatile books like these are. I would think, do you know what, there's 10 projects in here. Maybe I'm not a quilter. It doesn't matter because there's actually loads that you can do with this, even without being a quilter. And there's so many more than just 10 projects because you can mix and match techniques, you can mash up designs, you can create your own blocks, but the techniques and the blocks are there for you. The dancing squares. In fact, this one, great one to start with actually for those of you that are brand new, because it's got 9 patch blocks, which are just, you know, using your solids, and then also it will teach you how to do your half square triangles. There's nothing too scary about that one. And it will look really, really effective. I can sing a rainbow. How weird's that? I was just singing that. I was just singing that see, that would look amazing with the panel that we've just shown. Stairways, but look how beautifully the instructions are spaced out. Really clear instructions. This one again, using strips. So if you are using 2.5-inch strips, I'm just looking, yeah, this bundle is using 2.5-inch strips. So any of your panels, so even your Copen, your 2.5, or what about even in your Kingfisher tone-on-tone spiral, you could use it. And you can do that without using a specialist ruler. It will talk you through cutting the strips. Don't get me wrong, you can use a triangle ruler. And it will talk you through how to do that as well. If you like a certain designer, because there are different designers in here, it's got a little thing about the designers. So then you can carry on researching them. It tells you their website and a bit more about them and their books. I like the fact that you're getting recommendations. So if there is one that you really like, you got recommendations. Oh, Wendy did some kisses and hugs, didn't she? Hugs and kisses. Hugs and kisses cushions. That's lovely, isn't it? Playground. Quilt assembly again, finishing the quilt. 10 projects, but each one of these blocks could absolutely be a cushion or a wall hanging. That's cool, isn't it? 10 projects, less than £11. The price is brilliant for how much you can do, all designed using your pre-cuts, whether you get the charm packs, whether you get the fat quarters, whether you get the panels that we've been looking at. These are great for that. £10.99. Do you want to do another book? Just Charm Quilts. Annie's Quilting, always very, very popular. Annie Quilting books, they are, again, fantastic, fantastic value for money. You've got 11 charm-friendly projects. So if you do have any of the charm pack panels that we saw in the lovely Copen range, or maybe you've already spotted on the website the Happy Campers. How many of those have we got? Because I thought that sold out. That absolutely sold out when we were on with Delphine. When we were on with Delphine, that one sold out, so keep your eyes peeled for that. We'll bring it back. Your Charm Plus for a confident beginner. Annie's Quilting books are really, really popular, very popular indeed. And I like the fact that you've got different styles of borders or, you know, bindings. I like this nice, what would you even call this? There is a name for it, isn't there? Oh, Prairie Point. There it is. Prairie Point border finish. Made using 5-inch triangles. You've got, again, your template to cut your circle to size. That's a nice technique to be able to know how to do full stop. Oh, there's only 2 Happy Campers, just so you know. And there's only 2 of the charm packs as well. Talking about applique, talking to you about different ways of finishing your applique, whether you want to do a straight stitch and do the raw edge, whether you're doing blanket stitch around the edge. Dancing in the Rain. Nice festival quilt. Again, using 2.5 inch pre-cut squares, 2.5 inch by 5. So you've got using your charm packs. That's really nice, isn't it? Especially if you're just getting into free motion quilting, or maybe you're lucky enough to have a long arm quilter and want to have a go with it. That'd be gorgeous. This one, Delphine was actually talking about this one because she said, I really liked this motif of having the circle. So with the cushion that she made us, I don't think we've got it here. Do you remember? She was talking about just incorporating this circle and putting it onto, using the template from earlier on, and mixing and matching, mashing up some of these different projects together and making it into a cushion instead of a quilt. Crossing lines. A lot of these are for confident beginners, but you're sort of delving into different techniques that you may not have encountered in other books. For example, foundation paper piecing. It will go through paper piecing. So some really great techniques to learn. Charming stars. Again, just using your triangles. This was one that we did with Delphine. Your butterfly. See, she also made the hot pads and did a little bit of free motion, but equally you don't need to. You don't need to. It's whatever sort of level you're at. But they're great gift ideas for people, aren't they? Don't take up much of your stash and useful. I like the photography. That's lovely, isn't it? Beautiful bright colours. Refreshing mug rugs. Enough space for your big cup of tea. Oh, that's, you said, somebody said bottom on the telly the other day. It was Wendy, wasn't it? Because she was saying, I've got a mug with a big bottom. A lot. We were giggling at it this morning. Well, Hannah was. Hannah was saying, somebody said bottom on the telly the other day, and I keep thinking it was really funny. I can't think who it was. It was that. Because she said she liked to have a big mug rug for a mug with a big bottom so that she can keep her cookies or biscuits on there as well. A bit of a plique there. Really simple applique, actually. You've only got 1, 2, 3 pieces. You've only got 3 pieces of your mug and then your binding. Was it with Wendy? She did say about a big mug, a big bottom of a mug. But I think we did these with Delphine. The applique part was with Delphine. There you go. They're actually 3 pieces, so you'll need to do these 3 pieces separately. Oh, how about if you had their sort of tea order or coffee order, so milk 2 sugars, as a little gift for somebody? That'd be really nice, wouldn't it? Milk 2 sugars, Mum. And then it talks to you at the back of the book about quilting basics. So you'll go through the different tools and supplies, which we're going to get you kitted out within the next hour. Little things like always read through your entire pattern before you begin a project. I am the worst for this. I don't know why. I think it's just been drilled. It's just been sort of drilled into me for years and years and years that you think, I know what I'm kind of doing, so I'm just going to make it up as I go along. I was like it with cooking yesterday. Oh, I've got something quite funny. Well, I say funny. It was just really, really good. My sister's working at home at the minute. I'm awful at cooking, awful. And I'm getting all my supplies out of the cupboards. I'm like, right, what am I going to do with this? So I put my sister on FaceTime, and she went through. She didn't tell me what I was making or anything. She's like, right, do this and do this. And we did a whole cooking class together. Such a good idea, isn't it? So I did say to my sister that I would say to everybody at home, she should do this as a business. For anybody that's, got bits in the cupboard and don't know what to do with it, FaceTime my sister and she can cook as you go along on FaceTime or on Skype. It's a really good idea, wasn't it? Yeah, she didn't do the washing up. And she did that after say, oh, would you leave me a review on TripAdvisor? And I did say that. I said, well, you didn't come and do the washing up. I was stuck with, she kept saying, just get another pan out and then do this. I was like, this is a lot of washing up, Shah. But no. She didn't understand. She was like, yeah, you need to do that and then do this. And I said, right, I realised how bad I was. I was like, how long do I cook this pasta for? The penne pasta, help me. Quilting basics, but it's really good that it will go all through every technique. Your basic techniques like applique, it will go through different borders, talking about how to do a mitered corner on finishing your binding, how to join your binding strips as well. Even little things about fabric grains, foundation paper piecing, quilt sandwich, rotary cutting, sashing, sub-cutting, templates. Very, very thorough actually, isn't it? For £8.99. Annie's quilting book, absolutely love it. Value for money to say that you've got 9 projects, not just quilts, but quilting. So if you want to do smaller projects with free motion foot on or your ruler work, practicing your binding on smaller, more achievable projects, perfect. Another nice prairie point quilt there. Just £8.99, lots of skills and lots of techniques. We like that book a lot. Come on, let's do it, because we had 2 happy campers, we've now only got 1 happy camper, so we better quickly show you this, because I know people have been checking it on the web. Right, Tilda charm pack, happy campers, it's so pretty. I don't want to open this up because I don't know whether this is going to be the last one, but you do get 2 of each design, 40 5-inch charm squares. 1 happy camper. I know, I don't know what I was going to sing. I don't know what I was making that into a song. I feel like I was going to sing like 99 bottles of milk on the wall, but just there's only 1 happy camper. 1 happy camper, full stop. 1 happy camper in the caravan. Like that, Hannah. £16.99. Maybe if your kids are at home today, there you go. 1 happy camper in the caravan. 2 grumpy people in the gallery. £16.99. They're not grumpy at all. They're actually a lot of laughs today. Lot of laughs. Lot of laughs. Do you want to do the other charm pack just whilst we're on the Tilda Lazy Days? Tilda Lazy Days range, 40, 2 of each design, 5-inch squares. Nice pinked edge as well, so you're not going to get any fraying. £14.99. Am I allowed to open this one up? I can. I'm thinking I might start an online choir. I'm in a gospel choir called Crystal Gospel Choir, and we've all been saying about trying to get that up and running. I don't know how to, though. How do you do it? There was one that was on the telly. How do we all do it that we can all sing along? We all have to Skype in at the same time and sing along. So there's your 2. Am I in the right place? Yeah. I don't know whether we can remember all these names. There was Eleanor. What's the song? Eleanor, Philippa Sue. What's that song? I know it starts with the line, I love you from the bottom of my pencil case. That's the lyrics. That's the lyrics. Is it? I'm not sure. Right, I'm just going to do them in 2s. So you can see as there's 2 of each design, but they are so beautiful, and again would go really, really nicely as I showed you earlier on with the rainbow quilt. Equally, really nicely with if you want to just team it with your white or your ivory. You've got so much fabric. 5-inch charm pack, great for any of the books that we've just shown, whether it be the pre-cut quilts or the just charm quilts, whether you're using it for EPB. Our lovely cat, she's well on the way with her EPP. You're going to have to keep us updated on the fan page, Cat. Start sending in some pictures. I love to see it all. It's really nice. I'm not very good at it. I'm not very good at posting my pictures because I get scared. But no, but you shouldn't. You should actually... our community is so, so lovely. Everybody's very encouraging, so you should post your pictures on there. Look, there is loads. Oh, there you go. Are these all the names? It's called A Song for Whoever by Beautiful South. And the names are Shirley, Deborah, Julie, Jane, Jennifer, Alison, Philippa Sue, Deborah, Annabelle too. Yes. Oh my word, it keeps going on. Kathy. And then Alison, Philippa Sue again. How do you not know that song, Hannah? There you go. Hannah's like, I have no idea what song you're talking about. So, they all work together so, so well. You will be able to mix and match these with lots of different other Tilda collections as well, which is the great thing. I'm thinking of doing a similar cushion to what Wendy did, with the lovely white background or ivory, white or ivory, whichever one you have. Thank you, Kat. Like this, but with Tilda. Because they're slightly sort of softer colours than the Batik Rainbows, aren't they? Slightly softer colours, but they would look so nice similarly with the white, like that. And 2.5 inch squares, you're going to be able to get 4, aren't you? Yeah, you'll be able to get 4. Or if you want to do like Debbie Shaw has made with this is again using similar. There you go. I like this as well. This would look lovely. And if you are not very good at doing random, which the reason I say that is because I know a lot of quilters aren't very good at doing random. Don't get me wrong, you can have a bit of a play around with them, but they will all mix in together. I knew that this probably won't stay. Oh, it was good while it lasted, wasn't it? It was good. It nearly worked. I thought, oh, this is a nice little design wall. But no, there you go. You get the idea. Let's go on to the Tilda book. If you've got your Tilda fabric and you're wanting some inspiration from Tilda herself, then I've got to try and put these back in the right order. I'm so sorry. They're not in the right order. Right, I'm going to put these back together once we've finished the show. When you get your charm pack and they're in the wrong order, it's probably because you have mine. There you go. Yes. We're not going to charge you extra for that. There we go. So, the Tilda quilts. It's a really nice big book for $14.99. Such great paper piecing designs, full-size templates. It's lovely that you've got lots of different designs from sort of cats, angels, birdhouses, tree houses. It's not just quilts. You can tape aspects of quilts and use them for cushions, or you can take blocks of the pairs and put them on wall hangings in the kitchen. You could take your little hearts and use them as greeting cards. So, I mean, even though you've got great quilt designs in here, our John loves this, absolutely loves this book. Look at this one. How Tilda is that? If you've made any of the Tilda toys, there you go, any of the Tilda dolls, then this is so very Tilda, so very Tilda. £14.99, and really clear as well of how it's constructed. Row 1, row 2 is constructed in this way, broken down really clearly. Also does give you some suggestions of what fabrics were used, but it'd be nice to use this even without Tilda. You do yourself your own little key. Oh, look at this cat. Cats. What did I say yesterday? Oh, cats. Cats. When I start to lose my voice, it gets higher and higher. I tend to lose like a middle register of my voice. I'm very, very deep. And then cats, very high. So pretty. Oh, I do love those. You've got almost like a Dresden plate, fun flower. Little bird houses. They're mocking me now. They're mocking me in the gallery. My little high voice. Teapots. Teapots of milk jugs. Oh, and see, you could just take this part, do your little bunting, rows of bunting. Vintage teapot quilt. See again, it says, I'm just reading to see what fabric collection this was from, but really you can use whichever ones you want, because it's sort of done the shades that it suggests to use, but it says if you can't source the fabric, replace it with something similar that's in your stash. That'd look nice in Liberty as well, wouldn't it? Oh, that would as well. It's nice to see it with a dark background, a darker deep blue background, isn't it? I told you I know the dance routine to that, didn't I? Hannah singing the deeper shade of blue. You do, it's steps. Of course you do, Joe. Of course you do, Joe, it's steps. I know you like steps. Oh, there's lots of great projects in here. As I say, I know John loves Tilda. Just so vibrant and fun. Just £14.99 for your quilts from Tilda's Studio Book. Great value for money, to say how thorough it is. Think about it, you can pay £10 for a pattern, one pattern. I thought they were pairs. They're snowmen. I suppose they could be pairs. £14.99. They're built of 3 levels of snowmen. Paper pieced. Paper pieced. Are they paper pieced? Are they paper pieced? Or are they, I didn't know whether it was paper piecing technique. You could do it as pairs, couldn't you, if you were just doing greens with a stalk? You don't need to, but you could also do it as a snowman pillow. In fact, the next chapter turns it into a snowman pillow. Like that, like a bolster style pillow. There you go, happy snowman pillow. All of your templates are to size in the back of the book. The large cat, the small cat, you've also got your seam allowance included, your plum party quilt. So really lovely instructions. We like that book a lot. It's £14.99. It was one of the first books that we actually got here at Sewing Street for £14.99. Okay, couple of the Tilda Fat Quarters. And then what we're going to do is we'll do the rest when we come back, along with our tools, which Kat has priced for us. So we're in for a treat. Do you want to do, and we've got some brand new bits. Do you want to do, I want to do the tea towel because I did sew this earlier on. It's BOZW97. I can't take this seriously when I call it tea towels because these are really lovely fancy tea towels, aren't they? Classic, classic, classic. Basic. But it will say on there tea towels, look. So I think this would be nice for the jug quilt that we just saw, wouldn't it? Or maybe some of your mug rugs, kitchen accessories, it would be really lovely. But equally, use it with your ivory. It's beautiful. Can I just say, it's not tea towel fabric. It's got a print like a traditional tea towel. Country kitchen print, but it's gorgeous quality quilting cotton. Now, I must open one of these up just so you can see the size of it because it's folded like it's a fat eighth, and it's not. This is a fat quarter, which is half of your half metre. So there you go. You can see the detail, and it's, I wish you could reach in and touch it because it is such a beautiful, beautiful quality cotton. It's very, very soft indeed. £18.99, 6 in the bundle. This one's red. You've also got plum. It's so beautiful, isn't it? Nice again for binding. Like a stripy binding you could use these for, couldn't you? You're thinking little dressing room storage tubs. Bits for your makeup rolls or cotton wool bud holders and things like that. They are lovely. And then the plum. I had to finish it then because you did say about my folding. Let's have a look at this one because this is slightly different. This is like a check. But if you open them all out, I mean, you've got a lot of fabric there. If you have got any of the Fat Quarter books, or equally actually Tilda's quilt books, you could pick a couple of blocks out of there. Little makeup bags, toiletry bags, bits and bobs. Mix it with maybe any of your Tildas, even if you got the charm pack from earlier on, they're all going to work together. I think that's one of my favourite things about Tilda is that even though each collection that she does is different, they all intertwine. The same colour palette, so you can get some really beautiful colours. You can get a nice springtime bulb and make a little plant pot, which was from there's lots of different gift ideas actually in the 30 minutes of sewing that we launched on March 4th and tried something new. But we had it on yesterday's show actually, so it won't be too far down on the website, probably like sort of page 3 is my guess. Page 4, 3 or 4. But have a look, it was the sewing in 30 minutes. You'd be able to make lots of great gift ideas. You can get nice little hyacinth bulbs, couldn't you? Nice little succulents to put on the kitchen windowsill and make some little plant pots, plant pot covers. Just £18.99. Let's do one more of the fat quarters. Can we do the Lazy Days TSZW42? Yes. I'd team this with ivory, if I'm being honest. I think that the background suits more than the white. The background is a slightly more ivory tone. If you see here, look. I think this one was called Mildred. I can't remember. They're all named after ladies' names. I think the one's Jennifer, Alison, Philippa Sue. We were talking about that song by Beautiful South, all the different names. Oh, that's Mambo number 5. You could do a little bit of French knots, couldn't you? You could do some French knots or embellishing over the top of that. I'm sure Hannah was in the song. Hannah says, I was really upset when I was young that I wasn't in that song because her cousin's name was in it. The Mambo number 5. She said that you'd never be loved because of it. Oh my word, what a cruel cousin. She wasn't wrong though, was she? All 5. All 5. £14.99 for your coral fat quarter from the Tilda Lazy Days collection. Lots of those actually in the Quilts from Tilda Studio book that we've just seen. We saw those prints. Just £14.99, and that's next to the ivory. I'll just show you what I mean about having it next to white or ivory. Gives it a different look, doesn't it? I suppose if you want to do like the cushion that Wendy did earlier, actually, it will really pop. But the ivory sort of is a bit warmer. A bit warmer for me. £14.99 for your 5-piece fat quarter bundle. So, anything that we haven't seen in this hour, all of the other fat quarters, we will bring back. What's the stock update on the... Oh, that's sold out, isn't it? The spiral sold out. I said I'd update you before the end of the hour. It has sold out. Well, I don't know if you got it. Happy Campuses, I think, is gone as well. But have a look underneath. Take this time to just maybe refresh your page, check out of your basket, pop the kettle on and be back with us in a couple of minutes. We're just going to rearrange the set. There won't be any sound over the next few slides, but we will be back in just over a minute. See you then. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Thank you so much for your patience there. We've just had a lot of stuff to sort out. We've got a whole hour now of different tools to get you kitted out. Maybe you've been looking through some of the books that we've been seeing over the last few weeks. It gives you sort of a list of essentials, and then it will sort of talk about different things that will help. And one of the things actually that I've heard so many quilters talking about is best press. This should not have been until next week. Now I think it's on a day, I think it was scheduled for one of the days next week where I'm not here. So we saw it here and I've taken it. I saw it was on the website, so I said, please, 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 can we just show it at least? Take advantage of it because it's on the website. We've got best press in and I know how much everybody loves it. I'm going to give you a bit of a warning. If you want to hear more about this, I'm going to use a bit and iron some fat quarters with it, so stay tuned. That's going to be coming up at 1:45. But you can already take advantage of it online. We've never had that flavour. It's lavender vanilla. Ooh, beautiful. It's, did I say flavour? Did I say flavour? Not flavour, you don't eat it, it's scent. It's lavender vanilla. That sounds lovely, doesn't it? I've not had that. Also, right, I don't know whether I should do this really, but where is it, sorry? It's on the live page. Scroll down. You might see, if you've spotted, there it is. If you go to our website and you scroll down, it's on the first page. There it is. £12.99. Why is that £12.99? I have no idea. Right, this is supposed to be launching next week. We do not have it here. So along with the best press, that was something that was supposed to be launching next week, along with these fat quarters. We don't even have this here in the building. That is on the website. Take advantage of that price. www.sewingstreet.com. It's underneath us. It will redirect you to Jewellery Maker website, but don't worry, that's just our temporary web shop at the minute. Underneath us. So look, I'll show you. When you go on, it will take you to this. Well, that's Dukey at the minute, but it will show you me. The live. Mine isn't updated. I'm not going to press update because I know what happened last time. But anyway, so it will take you to the live news feed. Then you'll be able to look at all the latest news and offers and subscribe to our amazing Hayley. She's the marketing manager. She will make sure she keeps you in the loop of everything. She's at home today with Marge. Oh, we saw the video earlier on of them watching us. So then you can see the best press. We've got June Taylor, brand new today. Yesterday, we saw a lot of people making the most of the incredible exclusive offer that we have with Alna, the 680 Plus. You've got a 5-year warranty with it. Normally you get 2, but you get 5 at the moment for a limited number of machines. You normally have to pay an extra cost for that, so it's brilliant. But make the most of these fat quarters. You can see it there. They are not meant to be launching until next week. They've kind of got leaked onto the website early, so I just thought I'd highlight and show you that. As well as all of the other machines. You might spot the Dukey Air Thread overlocker. If you want to speak to the customer service team, the code for the fat quarter pack is M for Marge, S for sugar, Z for Zulu, W for whiskey, 02. 02. So that's MSZW02. Hopefully none of the management are watching, but there you go. It's saying it's in stock, so make the most of that. £12.99. Yes, please. Add to basket. Right, last time I did that, I showed all Hannah's card details. So yeah, they're a bit scared when I press. They've banned me from having a logged in account. But if you are ready to check out, it will just then give you options of if you want to log in, create an account, or just log in as a guest. It's fine. Notice it on the break time, so couldn't not tell you. Along with the best press coming up at 1:45. Now, one of my favourite products since we've been a part of Sewing Street is the Crafty Products Gyro Cut and Fabi Cut tool. So, mega bundle, let's start with. If you haven't watched the demonstration from Noel is from Fabicat. Please, 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 please spend the time to watch it back. We do a whole hour where we go through everything with this. You may have seen him in an exhibition. If you go to any of the craft fairs, the big exhibitions, then you may have seen him. He is amazing. It's such a brilliant invention and it's so useful for us crafters. So in the mega bundle, which is great value, you get a very, very special price here at Sewing Street, which I don't know if anybody else can offer it you at that price. Don't quote me on that, but I've got a feeling that is a really, really special deal for us. $29.96. So in there, you get your tool, which looks like this. So it'll come without a blade, you can see there at the moment, in the plastic reusable packaging. It does also come with your blades though. So you can see here, you've got your Fabicat, which is the one that again you can use with paper. You could use it with your fabric also, and you get your tungsten carbide blade as well, which I've got in the nib at the moment, and that is brilliant for fine detail work. It's an amazing invention because if you can see how it sort of writes like a pen. The way it spirals round, now I wouldn't touch it at home if I were you, but the way that it is designed, it's not like a rotary cutter. I wouldn't dare touch a rotary cutter like this. But the way it's been cut will mean that it won't cut me. This is what Noel's told me. So I'm being very, very cautious, obviously. But it rotates, and it will rotate on your fabric or on your paper. It basically draws like a pen or writes like a pen and cuts like a knife. It's brilliant. In the mega bundle, you get both of the blades. So you get the original gyro cut blade, and then you also get your fabric cut. You then also get your adhesive. So your sticky mat adhesive, which is, you'll definitely need it. You'll need all of these things to get started with it. You'll just need a normal rotary, you'll need a normal cutting mat, just one that's, I would say, especially for using your crafty product, because it will stay sticky. It'll stay sticky for a long time, you know, actually. If you are using a new cutting mat, if you've bought one especially, then I would give it a few treatments. Give it a few treatments. I took this home yesterday and I still think I could give it another coat, to be honest, because I left it overnight. The adhesive then works a bit like a bonder wear, but it's going to last a long, long time. This is your adhesive, which you sprinkle over to the back of your fabric and secure your interfacing. Whether you're using, just a photocopy paper, works really, really well. All of that for $29.95. All that you'll need to add to get started is $29.96. Brilliant. All you need to add is your cutting mat. All you need to add to your cutting mat. What date was this on? 27th. 27th of February this year with Noel. 27th of February if you want to watch it on YouTube. Please do watch him back because he's brilliant. He will be far clearer than me, and he answers all of the questions, as it was his father that actually invented it. It's brilliant. So it also comes with a bit of instructions, because don't get me wrong, you'll always be able to watch back on YouTube, but it does come with that list of instructions, which is great to get you started. It will tell you what things you need, and all that you need, photocopy paper or something similar. You can use brown paper, probably could even use freezer paper, thinking about it. Hot steam iron, just to adhere your fabric. I'm using one of the cat panels from yesterday. Isn't it so cute? This is just one of them. But it will be great for fussy cutting, projects like this, and almost building up your own design. So I've cut out just this morning a couple of these bits to get you started. So this was just from another panel. Look. And you can build up your own picture. I'm thinking with children, once you've done the cutting, you can create your own collages, and you can create, more clouds, yeah, but you could create texture. You can create texture. Some of the projects that he has done, Noel has done, and actually Noel's girlfriend had done, she's an amazing paper crafter. She did the most brilliant designs for sort of artwork, really. Some are three-dimensional. It's brilliant. So once you've got your mat sticky, you use your sticky mat adhesive, give it a few coats. Just one even layer, leave it 20 minutes to dry, and all you need is just an old kitchen sponge. I don't know where I've put mine. Every time I put it down, it gets disappeared because it's constantly, we're cleaning everywhere. Where is it? Here you go. So just your old regular kitchen sponge, give it a bit of a wipe and leave it for 20 minutes so it can completely dry. As I say, if it is it is the first time that you're making it sticky, then give it a couple of coats and leave it for 20 minutes. Now this has been in the car and it's been along with everything else. So as you can see, it's a bit linty. I don't know whether you can see on there, but it has got a bit of dust. So what I would do then is get a baby wipe, and you can just clean it down with a baby wipe, leave it to dry, and it will then adhere itself again. If you're using paper, do you know that's one thing that I haven't got with me? It's just a piece of paper. No, it's fine. I could use, I'll just use the instructions for now. So once you've stuck this down, you do need to stick it down really nice and securely. This was one thing that if I'm being honest, I'm going to tell you now, you might think it isn't working. It's because it's not stuck. You do need to use your sticky mat adhesive, and you do need to make sure that it's nice and sticky. Now, because of the way that the blade works, you need to hold it upright, just like a pen. I was trying to get Kieran to do this last night as well, and he was like, Vic, I don't hold a pen normally. He holds a pen really strangely, but just however you want, even if you were to hold it up there, it's fine. But it has got those little indentations at the bottom there to hold it, lovely and ergonomic, and your blade will just rotate like that. It will just rotate. So if you are doing any sort of, it draws, as I say, like a pen, but cuts like a knife. Can you see? I'm doing it really slowly so you can see how the blade glides so easily across the paper. So whether you're using paper or whether you're using your fabric, it will work. And then look at how I didn't go right to the edge, did I? But it's actually really like a creepy hand. It's actually really, really easy to use. I was thinking when Noel's done these demos, it's going to take a bit of practice. And don't get me wrong, it took me probably 10 minutes to have a bit of a play and get used to it. But it's so exciting. It is so addictive. Again, if you want to do, look at how it rotates. If you were to do this with scissors, this is what I mean. You need to make sure it's really nice and stuck down. I've had it in the car. It's a bit linty, isn't it? Oops. It's a bit linty at the moment. You have to get your pressure right. You have to make sure the pressure is right, but it will then give you lovely spirals. You could do, I'm thinking cutting out cards that you've already got as well to create your own greetings cards. Brilliant. Changing the nib. You just need a pair of pliers. The only thing that I need to watch, because if I'm honest, I did just go for it and started playing around at home myself, and I want to watch Noel's show back. Watch the 27th. He did just say you just use pair of pliers, grip it on, and it's got a little magnet, so it really easily comes out and you can reinsert it in or change your nib depending on whether you're working with paper. You won't need a new tool, but he's now bringing out, very soon we'll be bringing out ones that can cut leather, can cut felt as well, which is really exciting. So it is such a versatile tool that you're going to be able to change for lots of different fabrics or materials that you're using. The other nib that it comes with, the other blade that it comes with, all in your pack, will also come with this one. This is your fabric cut. Again, it works like a pen, cuts like a knife. Just works exactly the same way, but this time, if you are using a quilting weight fabric, then you will need to interface it. So I've just done this really, really quickly, just during the break, so I haven't actually adhered it as well as I should have done. But when I was at home, you could use a bonder web. You could use a bonder web. Don't need to though, because in your pack, you also have this. So I've just used a normal, regular paper copy, photocopy paper. Could use brown paper. I don't see why you couldn't actually use freezer paper as well. I'm not sure, I'll have to ask Noel. But you do get the adhesive as well. So, great product on its own. This is really useful. I was reading on the pack that you could actually use this for so many different things. Great for repairs and alterations, brilliant for applique in general. But this is great to, again, just sprinkle it on. I'll show you. You don't need to put too much on. You've got a sprinkly side. Don't pour it with this side because you'll get yourself in a mess. I'd put a sheet, from experience, put a sheet on your ironing board. If you're anything like me, I was like, woo, going everywhere, all over my ironing board. Then started ironing, realised it's all on my iron. So maybe put a sheet on, or just be a bit cautious and use your sprinkly part. Sprinkle it onto your fabric, press it down, and with a steam iron, you would then just press on the paper side of your fabric, stick it down, and it will adhere. No, it's only because I haven't gone right to the edges. I haven't gone right to the edges because I was doing it on the brand new June Taylor board during the break, so I didn't want to get excessive with my sprinkling right to the edges. But same again, stick it right down to your mat. Haven't got my nib in, have I? Pop your nib in using your pliers. Just an old pair of pliers like mine. I don't even know where these have come from. We've all got a random cupboard or a random drawer, haven't we? They are quite substantial. Do you know actually where I think this has come from? When I moved house, I had my boiler changed in my last place, and when I was moving house, I think that the plumber left these. I do, because I don't know where they're from, and they're not Kieran's. Again, it works, they're quite hefty pliers, aren't they? Works like a nib, works like a pen, and you can cut round different shapes, nice and carefully. At any point, I haven't adhered that part of it. I need to make sure that that's sticky. Sorry, I did get scared of messing your new mat up, Hannah. But the great thing is that you're going to be able to cut through quilting weight fabrics really, really precisely. If you tried to do that curve with a pair of scissors, it would be very, very difficult. It would be very, very difficult. I'm left-handed, and I thought, I don't know whether I'm going to get the hang of this, but using it left or right-handed, it is actually really, really, it is really difficult sometimes to cut with right-handed scissors if you're a left-hander. It just doesn't work. So it's great that it is ambidextrous. Whether you're left or right-handed, you're going to be able to cut through your quilting weight fabrics. You just need to make sure, as I say, to put the stabiliser on the back, whether you use your Bonder web or your paper, and you'll be able to cut through. We love it. Please do watch Noel's demo back. As I said, it is a fantastic product that you then remove your paper when you go to applique it on. So don't get me wrong, you don't need to stitch it through paper. But you can start to build up. I brought loads in with me, you know, the succulent flowers. I started to cut all those out, and I know that we're in such a quick break that I've left it out in the back. But they would have been brilliant to make your own collages, to make your own greetings cards, to make your own cushions, to applique onto tops, plain T-shirts. You could just take elements of the pictures and put them onto other bits. So it is great. Really love this product, and the whole kit is less than £30, which, to remind you, you get your sticky mat adhesive. You also get your tool, both of your Fabi cut and your Gyro cut for fabric. And you also get your dust, bit of dust, technical term, your adhesive. Right, so if you've already got the tools separately, as I say, there's a lot of people that may have already got it and want to buy some more. This will do, I can't remember how many Noel has said, but this will go on for months again. This will go on for months. If you've been using this product for months and months, or years and years even, if you just want to stock up, £7.99 for your Fab Grip Heat Adhesive Stabiliser. Right, also your sticky mat adhesive. You won't need to use this too much. You won't need, actually, if you've already used your sticky mat, it will retain sticky for a good couple of months, actually. Just give it a wipe down. So this will go a long way. £5.99 for your sticky mat adhesive. Okay. We don't have time to go through it completely today. That's why I say watch Noel's show back. Absolutely watch Noel's show back. We've got the ceramic blade. Right, so is that the the one that you get, this one, the white one. Just in case you've already got the tools, maybe for paper, and you wanted to try the fabric cut. This is it. Right, then we will offer you the blue mat as well for anybody who wants to make a, a mat sticky. It's a good one to do because it's affordable. £10.99. Your Gyro Cut Pro Tool, your ceramic blade. Do not drop it on the floor because it is of course a blade that is quite delicate. But the blade itself you can't sharpen, but it will last the test of time. It will still last, even if you. I know Noel was saying I use this at exhibitions for hours and hours, for weekends and weekends, and it will still last me months. So it isn't something you're going to have to keep investing in. The Alpha in Aqua. It's the same one that I use, but just in the blue. I know that a lot of people have got this because of the price. It is the most affordable cutting mat. I'm thinking if you want a second cutting mat to take to workshops or classes, get somebody sewing maybe, get somebody making, then this is great to have. Self-healing cutting mat, 17 by 11 inches, £12.99. Really key measurements and angles on both sides. 45-degree angle, your 60-degree angle, you've even got your 2.5-inch strips, your 1.5-inch strips on there, in inches and in centimetres. So you can't use a rotary cutter or a blade without using a mat. You will ruin chopping boards, you will ruin your surfaces. Don't try it, it's not worth it. For £12.99, it really isn't worth it. It's not something that you just use once, it's something that it is a necessity if you're using a rotary cutter. My first three purchases were a rotary cutter, a ruler and a mat. Absolutely brilliant. Just going to introduce the Tilda Nutmeg Fat Quarters, which, how is it this one? We've got, I think, one open, brilliant. 5 fat quarters from the Plum Garden range from Tilda, and there's only 5 remaining. Only 5 remaining of this colourway. Problem is we can't reorder it. We can't reorder it, so now is the time to get it. Your ditzy prints. Your paisley design. Do you want to go on overhead? There you go. Paisley designs, your spots with your flowers. I do love the detail of Tilda. So it isn't just a paisley print. It's got such pretty flowers. This one is our favourite, the ducks. Quack, quack. The blues and the pinks. See, they just really bring it all together. I like that one a lot. Your Plum Garden range for £16.99. Great for fussy cutting, actually. Nice to be using your new tool maybe to cut out some of these elements and to applique them onto other pieces. Or if you're doing EPP, you can centralise the duck design, or you can centralise maybe some of the flowers. Prints are really pretty. Oh, so right, there's only 4 of these left. They will sell out today without a shadow of a doubt. £16.99 if you're watching on a replay. It's worth taking advantage and checking out, seeing availability. I think I'm upside down. There you go. And actually, we should do did you say the peach? I'll keep this one. Just going to show you the peach. There's no point even opening them out because there's one. This is the peach. It's more of like a pinky coral. It's called peach. Same prints again, just this time. Look, you got your ducks. Ditzy prints. Pinks and peaches for £16.99. There's one of those left. It's been very, 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 very popular over the last few weeks, and it's less than £17. We won't be able to reorder that. We won't be able to reorder it, so just be aware that is your last chance. How are we doing on this one? This one is about to go as well by the looks of things. It's sad, isn't it, that we're not going to be able to get these in, because I love this one with the ducks. Very, very soon, we'll be using the best press for the first time. It's still available at the minute on the web. Start checking out on that one. If you don't know anything about it, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Keep watching. It's coming up really soon. Right, so that's your nutmeg one. Okay, I'll keep this one out, actually, to do some ironing with the best press. Right. Talking about fat quarters, can I just remind you that on the website we found a little sneaky. This shouldn't have been, well, it's not going to be here till next week. We haven't actually got it here today. But just so you're aware, oh yeah, I forgot that I checked out on it. On the website, just underneath us, scroll down and you'll find it on the first page. We spotted these. Look at the value for money. 8 fat quarters for $12.99. They're not supposed to be on the website till next week. Kat, did you do that job by any chance yesterday? I have no idea why they are on the website. I've got a feeling that they've been put on, they have been put on too early. They're not supposed to be due until next week, so I can't help but show you those because the value for money is brilliant. They're in the warehouse, so they will still get sent out to you. You don't have to wait till next week, then plus. We were being told to wait on them. Haven't got them here, but hope management aren't watching at this second because I've got a feeling they will still sell out. Those lovely pastel fat quarters, especially after Wednesday's show, we did a whole hour of solid fabrics, bundles galore. They were really popular. We didn't see any fat quarter packs like this, did we? They'd be beautiful with some of the pastel bundles that we had actually on Wednesday. Fantastic value for money. 8 fat quarters for £12.99. Love those. Something else that's brand new is your June Taylor's cut and press. Really handy. If you are a space saver, trying to save some space, then this is great because it is your pressing mat, which is a lovely padded pressing mat. And on the reverse, your cutting mat. They have developed technology so it doesn't need to be self-healing. It doesn't need to be a self-healing because it doesn't even make originate in the first place. The material that they use to make this pressing mat will mean that it doesn't need to be self-healing, which is brilliant, isn't it? They developed a brand new cutting mat that there will never be a cut made into it to need to heal. And the reverse is fantastic as well. So it is, the measurements are true to scale. They pre-shrink the cotton. So even if you're using this with steam, it's not going to alter. It's also colour fast, so the colours aren't going to bleed onto your fabrics. Because it's padded, as I said, this is great for maybe you're making binding with your binding maker, your bias binding where you sort of pulling it through the tape and you need to pin it onto your board. Perfect because you can pin onto this. Maybe if you're putting together a bit of a design wall and just checking if you're happy with your block, you can use it as that as well. But it does have accurate measurements. Normally, I wouldn't say that on a pressing mat that has got a grid on it, but I know how confident we are in the quality of June Taylor products. They are brilliant. $49.99 is slightly more considered, but you think about how much you pay for a quality cutting mat and how much you pay for a really high quality pressing mat. You've got it in one, and it's space saving. If you're anything like me, I'm not like Sally Stevens. Sally Stevens puts her ironing board in another room to get her steps in. So she does her sewing and then she'll get up and she'll go and press in another room. I quite like to have my station, sewing machine, cutting mat there, pressing mat is there ready to go as well. Especially if you're just doing smaller projects, it's nice to be able to have everything you need in one space. If you're doing things like cathedral windows that take a lot of pressing, it's just handy to not have to get the big ironing board out and your big iron. You can quite comfortably do this just very easily at your workspace, at your workstation without having to stand up, which is nice, isn't it? Easily stored as well, has got the handle, but you could just even hang it on the back of a door maybe, slot it under a sofa or under a bed. Easy to store. You also know that your cutting mat is never going to get rolled up because it's lovely and sturdy, nice and solid, for just $49.99. Oh, Hannah says, if you live with anyone like my mom, she says she just comes and stuffs everything into, roll it up. If she sees something flat, she rolls it up and puts it in the corner. That was good, Kat. What was that you just spotted? The measurements. Even more measurements there you can see on the handle. No space wasted. You got your 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch, 3/4 of an inch and an inch markings in imperial and metric for £49.99. This is brand new today. Really high quality product that was always on our list. When we first started the channel, first started the show, we said, right, what is a definite? What do we want to be able to bring from the industry experts? For example, Debbie Shaw's working with us. She's in the office a lot, at the moment working from home, but she's had a lot of input in what we get in, and this was one of the top of the list of what we wanted to bring back for you from June Taylor. £44.99. So, I'll do some ironing with it in a minute. So the pivoting rotary cutter from Fiskars, this is really versatile. If you struggle, if you maybe have dexterity problems, then this is great because the pressure doesn't need to come from your wrist. You can actually put your sort of body weight on top of it. If you imagine, you can actually get a better angle if you do have sort of dexterity or limited, if you do are more limited with the hand issues. So this is great for that. It has 3 different positions, well actually 4 different positions, because you can do this one either side, whether you're left or right-handed, which is great. So you can still use it. I wonder whether I can do it even though the packet's closed. There you go. There's position 1, like a normal rotary cutter, like we've seen with our Fiskars. There we go, like that. So you would cut as normal. It has got the safety catch here, so nice and safe. Of course, when you're looking at a Fiskars product, do you expect anything less? They are a household name and have been for centuries. There aren't many companies that have lasted the test of time like Fiskars have. They are brilliant, brilliant, brilliant at what they do. They really are. So their cutting tools are fantastic. Can't recommend them enough. It's lovely and comfortable. Can you see it's got a really nice soft grip on the handle? So you've got that lovely ergonomic soft grip handle. Whether you were a left-hander or a right-hander, you can actually change the whole sort of you can change the blade over to the other side and use it as a left-hander or a right-hander, which is great. The other positions are normal 45mm blade. You don't need to have a specialised blade. So there's the one where it clicks into place. So again, depending on whether you want to use it at a different angle, again, depending on, oh, got your back, lost you both then, and Kat did. Don't know what happened. No, you didn't. You've got 4 positions really, haven't you? For £21.99, 45-degree angle, 45-degree millimetre blade for £21.99. I've met our lovely Karen before. It's gone again, by the way. It's come back, come back. You're in a dodgy signal area there. Okay. How long? 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Should we do it 5 minutes early? Come on, let's do it now, because best press, whenever we talk about quilting fabrics and getting precision in fabrics, precision in cuts and precision when you're quilting, then this is brilliant. Now, this is a spray starch, but a spray starch actually like no other. Those of you that have experienced spray starch and not had good experiences with them, I suggest having a go with this, because it doesn't leave any gum on your needle, on your sewing machine. It won't leave any sort of residue on your machine or on your fabrics. Quite often, I don't know whether you've used a spray starch before that might leave a white flaking. So if you're using a darker fabric, it can be quite horrible actually when you've got white flakes all over it. This will not use that. It will not leave white flakes, which is brilliant. You have got a fantastic spray starch which will help with if you're working with bias edges. If you're handling bias edges quite a lot, you can actually get warping on fabrics. So this is going to help reduce that. Do you want nice crisp seams? Lovely to help with your pressing if you're working with fabrics maybe that move a lot. It's great for that. Do you know one thing I actually find this is really good for as well? If you have a fabric that gets very static, if you've got your favourite dress that keeps sticking because it's really static, actually reduces static as well, I've found. I know it's not designed for that necessarily, but it is really good for that. And it makes your workroom smell gorgeous. It's 2 products in one, starch and sizing. You can use it on all fabrics. It's not gonna, even though it's purple, It's completely clear. It's not going to leave any colours on your fabric. One thing that we've noticed is when you receive fabric, especially fat quarters, because of the way they're folded, they come like this. And they come with quite stubborn creases. You probably can't see it as well on telly, but there you go, stubborn creases. Now, it's up to you to wash, not to wash. That is the question in the world of quilting. But one thing you want to do if you don't wash your fabrics, you want to get the creases out before you start cutting. Absolutely. So I know every guest designer that we have, they do press their fabrics quite often before they actually get on air. So you probably don't see this process, but they all will recommend it for lots of different reasons. The little nozzle on the top has got a spray and it's also got off. So it gives a lovely, soft spritz without drowning your fabric. So an even spray, which smells, I'm doing it more than I probably should because I want to have a smell. Oh, I haven't had this scent before. This is vanilla and lavender. How nice is that scent? But just to reiterate, even though it's a purple, it's not going to leave any colours. It dries sort of complete. It's not discolouring your fabric at all. So then, when you're giving it a good press, oh, I love that. Actually, Mary Ellen on the back says it makes ironing fun. Well, she's actually put almost fun. That's when you can smell it. That's when you can really smell it. It's going to smell beautiful in here for jewellery makers after us. This is so nice. And if I just hold up the fat quarter, the side that I've done, how quick and easy that is. No flaking. Even on dark fabrics, you're not going to get any flaking. This isn't really a dark fabric, but it's ready to work with a lot quicker than if you weren't to use a starch spray. They are stubborn creases in fat quarters. Makes it a lot easier. No spotting. You're not seeing any spotting or any flaking. Again, let's give it a bit of a... I'm not like this normally at home. I honestly, I hate ironing. I avoid it. I avoid it at any cost. But I know, we know, Joe's saying. Yesterday I came in with a very, very creased top. And I was like, oh, do I have to iron it? Do I have to iron it? And they're like, yes, you're going on the telly, please, will you iron it? And Joe actually took liberty of going upstairs and getting the iron and plugging it in for me. It's like, okay. Oh, I love, love, love that smell. Lavender and vanilla. The great thing is, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's sometimes quite overpowering. I'm not very good at talking about scents on television because it's quite a personal thing, isn't it? But it smells lovely and fresh. It's not overpowering. It's not itching my nose. Sometimes, even with reed diffusers, I've got to be really careful. Candles can make me a bit agitated. So that's actually a really, really lovely, fresh smell. It's not like a body spray type can, it's a squidgy can. It is a squidgy bottle. I don't know what it's called when it's not compressed, the opposite of it. But I'm just trying to look at how much you get in there. There's loads. 473ml, there you go, it says on the graphics. 473ml. No clogging, no waste, no flaking, no residual shine. So if you are working with more delicate fabrics that you're concerned about, don't worry, it doesn't leave any residue, it won't leave any shine, it relaxes stubborn wrinkles, and don't spray, don't use it on stubborn creases. Hannah went, don't spray it on your face. So, what? Of course I'm not going to spray it on my face, but she's trying to be funny. A little joke there, a little jest from Hannah. Thank you for that. £11.99, clear starch spray. And for anybody that is working with any bias edges, this is invaluable, really. It's going to really help if you are doing your bias binding and you want to give it a really good, crisp press without warping. Because quite often if you are ironing, have you found if you're pressing and you're not pressing like this, if you do start to do that and you're working with a bias edge, you can warp your fabric quite easily. I'm just doing this so I can smell it more. As soon as you start to press it, it actually, it smells lovely. Can you smell it, Kat? It's lovely. She says it's making her really relaxed. It's the lavender, isn't it? Oh, beautiful. We're talking a lot about lavender, aren't we, the last few days? Love the smell of lavender. Oh, it's just so relaxing. It is so beautiful. Okay. So, and that was really nice on the quilters press, and great size for your fat quarters. your press and cut. I'm going to move this here. So I've got some brand new pins. Oh, these are great because they've got the little heat resistant comfort grip handles. In a nice little case, magic pins, heat resistant magic pins. So quite often you might have ones that have got a plastic tip. Great because you can see them. Pins for all different uses. Some of the ones with the big plastic heads are great, but if you put them near your iron, they will melt, and they could melt on your fabric. There you go, you can see how lovely and fine they are. But can you find sometimes, if you are working with fine pins, they can be hard to handle. And hard to see afterwards. So 1, you can see them. 2, they're heat resistant. 3, they make it a bit easier to manage. Great for lighter weight fabrics. Maybe if you don't want to put pierce too big of a hole through, they're brilliant for lawn weight fabrics or lighter weight cottons. In a designer storage case. Woo! Designer storage case as well. Nice for quilting, great for applique. If you do just want to hold something in place and be able to see what pins you're using with that lovely comfort grip for £9.99. Just remember to take them out, obviously. You will remember to take them out when you can see them. 50 with the storage case for less than £10. Underneath us, we've had somebody who's left their wrist cushion, pin cushion, and I know they'll feel like they're really without it, won't they? I don't know whose it is. No, it's not Jane's. We asked yesterday. Oh, I'm not going to open it, but because it's all done up nicely, but it will come in a different colourways. We've got, I think there's pink, there's green, there's yellow, I think there's a blue as well, and it is randomly selected what colour you get. It does come with some lovely little pins as well. Really soft. It's got like a silicone strap, so it's actually really lovely to wear. If you are doing alterations or dressmaking, this is great, saving you having to go back to your desk and pinning, back to your desk and pinning. This would be ideal for someone like you, Kat. Kat works side of stage as a dresser on the theatre, so that would be amazing to just, if someone needs a quick pin or an alteration, then you've got that there. Equally, if you've got cats, dogs, any children around, instead of having a pin cushion on your desk, you can have your wrist pin cushion. And it's magnetic. You do get those few pins to get you started, but it will hold obviously a lot of pins as it's slightly domed, cupped in like that. And because it's like one of those flip wristbands, can you see? Don't worry about the size of your wrist. You don't need to make another hole in the strap. Just £6.49. Nice little gift for somebody, actually, isn't it? Nice little gift for somebody. I like that. I was wearing that for the whole show when we launched it, and it's really nice and lightweight, just easy to wear. Quite fun, isn't it? Really nice and fun. Are these binding clips? They look like hair clips. I was thinking, oh, you could do some of the brooches that we've had and use them as hair clips. If you haven't got Wonder clips, again, really good price point. If you do a lot of binding, keep it in place. Sturdy, rust-proof, nickel-plated steel clips to hold your quilt binding firmly in place while stitching. Perfect, perfect, perfect. For just £2.99. Like we say, a nice price point to get you started if you are building up your stash. Building up your workroom tools. These are all things, maybe not, at the start, completely necessary things, but at £2.99, if you've already opened your order, it will make life a lot easier. Instead of having to pin your binding, that can be quite difficult, actually. 1, because you're going through a lot of layers. 2, because you would need to pin quite a lot around a quilt. It would take up a lot of pins, but also you've then got to take them out at each stage. It's going to save a lot of time having these. Just £2.99, and nice to know that they're not going to rust on your fabric. So if you do make your binding and clip it on and you're leaving it for a while, if you're maybe putting off doing your binding or you're waiting for Sylvia to do your binding, if you're John Cole Morgan, then that's really handy to have. You saw when he was doing his binding demo how many different clips that he used going round. So this is going to be a nice quick and easy way for anchoring your binding. £2.99. I've not seen those. Are they new? Ish. New to me. It could be new to you too. Other Tildas that we haven't had a chance to see yet. We've got Plum Garden, Lazy Days, couple from Lazy Days. We've got Lazy Days in Lilac. I do love the teals that you get with this as well. Just the last few bits and bobs that we've got to bring to you. Remember, underneath us on the web, you can see all the products that are available in stock at the moment. We are working on a brand new, exciting website. But at the moment, just have a bit of a scroll through after the show and see what's available because we're not going to be reordering these. This will be the last chance to get them. Talking of fat quarters, grab the pastel fat quarters because they'll go perfectly with this and they'll go a really long way. You get 8 fat quarters for $12.99 and they're solid pastel colours. I saw some lovely purples in there which I think will go with the lilacs. Oh, so we had 2 happy campers. There's no happy campers left. $14.99. $14.99. For 5 fat quarters. They're folded like fat eighths, but they are fat quarters. Lovely teals, oranges. They'll go a long, long way, especially if you're adding them in with maybe your ivory or your white that we saw by the half metre. Lazy Days in blue. I like the oranges on this one as well. I was talking about this with the rainbow panel that we had earlier on. I'm just going to drape that underneath. So whether you're choosing, you can have a bit of a choice with this actually. I'm thinking with any of the blues or the purples, or equally drawing on some of the oranges that are in the rainbow panel. That's underneath us on the web. It's exclusive to us and it's at a brilliant price of $14.99, 140 wide for that. But 5 of those fat quarters at $14.99. I'm just thinking if you're teaming it with other fabrics, it's really, really going to go a long way. If you're making bags or cushions with it, use a solid fabric for the backing or the lining of your bag. And it is going to keep going and going and going. Great stash builder. And we aren't going to be able to reorder them. So maybe you've already got this and you're thinking, I love that fabric. That's one of my favourites. Stock up whilst you can. The other one is from the Plum Garden range. Is that the right one? I haven't got any more from Lazy Days. SEZW32. This is from the Plum Garden range and it is... Oh, peach, we did this. Did we? Yeah, you've done that one. We did this one. So what's the other one that you've got? I don't think I don't think we've got one. I've got the lilac and I've got the... So it's on the website in coral, but we haven't got it physically here. Have a look on the website though, because it is on the web. There are less than 20 of the rainbow panel, less than 20 of those. Do make the most of it whilst you can because the price is brilliant. It's £14.99, 2.5-inch strips, and it's 140 wide. Whether you are going to do a trip around the world cushion or quilt or a Bargello, whether you've got Pam and Nikki Lintot's Jelly Roll book or the Joy of Jelly Roll book that we had yesterday, subcutting them with your Stripology, making a bolster cushion with pin tucks, a draft excluder, maybe with the whole rainbow going across the bottom, scrappy binding. What about this? This is using a similar panel, the same sort of panel, just different colourway, and you can see how Debbie's done sort of like little pin tucks between each strip. It looks gorgeous. £14.99, and that's only using 9 different strips and obviously nowhere near 140 wide, so there's loads you're going to be able to make with this. A great stash builder. I'd team that with some white. It's just £3.49 for half a metre of white or ivory. That's underneath us on the web as well. And it will go a long way. It will go a long, long way. Special, special price. All of our other panels have been $19.99. So I don't know why. or how, that is so low. So do take advantage of it. We've only got, well, less than 20 now. So those of you that are tuned in on Freeview, don't forget you can tell your friends to watch us on Sky, on YouTube, channel 74 on Freeview, Sky 70 on Sky, 670, sorry, on Sky, or YouTube. You can subscribe and watch back all of the shows, any of the demonstrations available on YouTube. Tomorrow, you've got Debbie Shaw with you, and she's going to be talking you through the most incredible Elna 720 Pro. We've got a brilliant deal on that. Really great deal. We've got a fantastic relationship with Elna. Debbie Shaw is, of course, brilliant as well. Very, very knowledgeable, and we'll be able to give you all the down low on the deal on that at 9 o'clock. At 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, again, we're on for 2 hours now, 10 a.m. tomorrow, books and fabric available there. I've also got to say hello to my other set of grandparents who are watching in Coleshill. They said, no, it's because they said by the time they've got up and had their breakfast and sat down, it will probably around 10, 11 o'clock. So I've got to say hello to you. Yeah, hello, Grandma Mavis and Grandad Derek. Hello, love you lots. And please do make sure everyone looks after each other. We've all got to look after each other, haven't we? Do make sure you watch the next hour. It's going to be yesterday's show. We love Jane Greenough so much. We really do. There's still some of the chickens. You'll spot them straight away when we go to the next hour. And there are still some of them available on the web. So do take advantage of that. She's got some great beginner kits as well. So if you're thinking about starting cross stitch, she is the lady that will fill you with inspiration and give you some of the great kits at brilliant, brilliant prices. So do make sure you watch the next hour. As I say, I'll be back. Well, I'll be back with you Tuesday, I think now. You've got Debbie. You've got Debbie tomorrow, and then you've got John Monday and Tuesday, and I'll be back with Sunday and Monday, and I'm back with you on Tuesday. Thank you very, very much for your company. Do make sure you check out of your basket on any of the pieces that you've seen, as some of them are becoming really, really limited. Lovely to see you today. Thank you very, very much for your company. Take care, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.